Hey y'all, it's Stephen Reyes with SR Vocal Productions, and I'm going to talk to you a little today about character creation and understanding your characters. Now, in my humble and probably, shared opinion, I think, in this case, in the words of Konstantin Stanislavski, the truest form of acting is living, is real life. I mean, when you watch a movie, it's kind of fun to see the cliches and, the goofiness, but when you really get involved with the character is because they're living that moment. They're actually doing the roles, right? I mean, think about Heath Ledger. God rest his soul. Man, that was the most riveting performance ever when he played the Joker. Not because, it was witty or charming, yeah, that's great, but it was because it was so intensely lifelike, right? He was just so awesome with it. And yeah, I understand if you don't like Heath Ledger, the movie, or whatever, Batman, but we're not going about that. What I'm here to talk to you and clarify about today is understanding why characters do what they do and getting to know, the reasons that they think the way they do and the reasons that they have twitches or, little quirks in their voice. Who knows? First and foremost, where is this character from? What does this character do? Does he like polo or whatever. These little things may seem kind of random, but when you make a character especially, they're important to think of every last detail as if he was a person, as if you were the person. What is he like? Because when you do things in your day-to-day life, you react to things subconsciously because of something that happened, super minutely a long time ago. You got hit by a bus when you were a kid on a bike, and now for some reason every time you see the mailman, you get irritated because he looks like him and you don't know why. Who knows? I don't know. But these kind of things affect a character's role. And in voiceover, specifically, you gotta feel it. You gotta actually have purpose for what you're doing. When I see a lot of people come into the auditioning office and they have these, preconceived notions of what the character is and, why he does what he does. And, oh no, I'm so mad that my girlfriend, dumped me. It's awful. It's so ham because they don't understand why. They're not putting themselves in the position of actually getting dumped by this girlfriend. I mean, if it were me, I'd be like, God, are you kidding me with that guy? It's like, you gotta feel this. And come on. All I've done, it's you feel it. It's legitimately happening in your day-to-day life because you can share with that. Now, let's say if you are playing a character that you have no involvement with. Say you get stabbed. Maybe you have been stabbed in real life, but not a lot of people have in comparison to those, that haven't. I'm just saying. So when you get a character like that, you have to feel it. You have to think about the things that you can relate to. So let's say you haven't been stabbed, but dang, you got your foot run over, and what did it feel like? What is the tiny little thoughts you think first that are like, my foot got ran over, and then you just kind of wake up and realize what's happening. Those are the things you want to associate. You want to find things in your life that you can relate to the role you're playing. And that's why I think people who are nervous when they come in and they play characters that may or may not be nervous, that's so awesome. Good for you that you can be nervous on key. That's awesome. That's a gift. So you really want to get to know why the characters do what they do. Now, the backstory. Now, when you make a character, say you're a screenwriter, you want to make some awesome TV show or, cartoon, you want to try and give the character's relation. You want to have this character affect you somehow. You want to think about your audience. So, say if I'm going to go do an audition for an anime show, right? I'm not going to go have, the voice of someone trying to present to, 50, 60-year-old crowd who wants car insurance. It seems really obvious and simple, but it's not to some people. And I think sometimes even I miss a couple thoughts on, what I should be feeling right now, what I could be. Because, one person's experience is definitely not another person's. Some people might even laugh when they get their foot run over. Who knows? I didn't. I had a camper shell dropped on my foot, and it was awful, and I bawled like a little girl. It turned all blue, and it was crazy. But, so, I don't know. Get really involved with the character, Make sure you feel it. And a lot of people say, oh, that's method acting. And I'm like, there's only one kind of good acting, and it's living the person. It's being that character. If you're not, you're just ham, and everyone else can do what you do, and just quit it. That's awful. I I don't mean to discourage anybody. By all means, keep practicing. It's good. It's not as hard as some people make it think. You know, when you go to school and you hate your test, that's acting. That's great. Get those feelings down pat. Get them, you know, marked in your book. But next, in that case, as we're talking about emotions, I really want to get into vocal pitch and tone in regards to reactions. Some people, you know, scream like a little girl when they get hit by a bus, but having the idea that there are multiple different reactions to, you know, an event is awesome for character development, because it can, just by simply changing it on a piece of paper, the way that someone reacts to someone can change the character's personality. You know, if you have this gruff warrior who, you know, is undying, and his resolve is just, you know, beyond anything, and when he gets hurt, all he does is grunt. If you change that last line to wail like a little girl, what does that say about the whole character? You know, you got to think about all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. So get creative with some of the interpretations you have. When you pull up a script, do something out of the ordinary, even if it doesn't seem like it fits, because sometimes it might be awesome. It might be perfect. Some of the things might even be on accident, you know. Make sure you remember those things too, because it sucks if you forget, you know, what your awesome breakthrough was. But, well, if there's any questions, comments, or, you know, ideas or whatnot, feel free to leave them below, and like and subscribe, or, you know, or leave hate comments. I don't know. No, don't do that. I hate that. If you don't like it, it's okay. I understand. But, alright. I will talk to you guys later. I just covered a couple things that I figured most people should know about characters and their development. And I will talk to you guys later.